The U.S. claims its destroyers off the coast of Venezuela are fighting drug trafficking? Wise. Forget the cocaine. This is an ultimatum written in gun calibers, and the goal is simple. Take their oil. Venezuela is a country where billions of barrels of black gold have turned the state into an arena for someone else's games, where oil stopped being wealth and became a sentence. Venezuela holds some of the largest oil reserves in the world. Today, Caracas lives under sanctions, blockades, and the constant threat of outside engineered regime change. Washington's official story sounds spotless. The presence of U.S. destroyers and Coast Guard ships in the Caribbean is supposedly a noble mission to stop Colombian cartel trafficking. But the routes running right next to this floating armada make no sense for seasoned smugglers, and the data on intercepted shipments is laughably thin. The real cocaine highways run somewhere else entirely, across the Pacific on stealth submarines or via small planes taking off from hundreds of illegal jungle strips. Venezuelan authorities call the operation a naval blockade and a psychological pressure campaign. Steel warships sitting hundreds of miles offshore are not about cocaine. They're a message, an ultimatum written not in ink, but in displacement tonnage and barrel sizes. Focusing the entire mission on Venezuela is like trying to put out a forest fire by pouring a bucket of water on a single tree while loudly bragging about your heroism. The real war is waged in quiet offices, on trading screens, and in the fine print of legal documents. In 2025, Washington slaps a 25% tariff on any country daring to buy Venezuelan oil. Exports, the backbone of the nation's budget, collapse overnight. Sanctions spread like an oil slick, clogging financial channels and making it impossible to import medicine or food. The economy goes into a tailspin. This isn't pressure on a regime anymore, it's the suffocation of an entire nation. Threats towards President Nicolas Maduro become explicit, with rewards up to $50 million offered for his arrest. Any new leader installed under such conditions would likely sign whatever papers are put in front of them, giving U.S. corporations open access to Venezuelan oil fields. Meanwhile, a legal hunt unfolds. Citgo Petroleum, Venezuela's oil crown jewel in the U.S., is frozen and then handed over to an opposition interim government that exists more in State Department press releases than in Venezuela. Even more absurd, over $1 billion worth of Venezuelan gold stored in the Bank of England becomes a hostage in someone else's geopolitical drama. The result? A surgeon is forced to sterilize instruments in boiling water over a fire because an autoclave part worth a few dollars is stuck in customs due to sanctions. Official narratives insist the sanctions are targeted. But when a farmer can't buy a tractor part to harvest his crop, hunger and disease don't ask about political affiliation. They hit everyone. Meanwhile, political surrealism unfolds. Juan Guaido is recognized as a temporary president despite not commanding a single soldier, creating an engineered chaos that provides legal cover for asset seizures and new sanctions. The real threat isn't an invasion. It's a slow, methodical, economic asphyxiation dressed up as a crusade for democracy. This hybrid war fuels a brain drain. Engineers who once designed pipelines now drive taxis abroad because their industry has been paralyzed. As one Western economist bluntly put it, behind all the polished official rhetoric lies a simple truth about the U.S. strategy in Venezuela. We're just trying to steal their